He's dead, Dunellen said.
No, no,
she sobbed uncontrollably while she tried to lift up his head to kiss his face.
He can't be dead. God, please.
I'm afraid he's dead, Dunellen said. There's nothing you can do about it. His horse stumbled over a gully and he took a fall. Looks like he broke his neck, so I brought him home to bury him. She collapsed to sit down on the ground, sobbing. These things happen when we don't expect them, he continued. Only thing you can do is get up and keep on going. I'll go bury him behind the barn, and then we'll go eat supper. If she heard him, she made no response as he turned the Morgan and led Conan's horse toward the barn. After he took care of the horses, he got a shovel and went back to the spot where he had dumped the body, a spot where the ground looked soft. Then he dug a grave, just deep enough to fully cover the body, and dragged Conan into it, then filled it with dirt. When he was finished, he went back to the house to find Arlene sitting in the middle of the front room floor. She was holding Angus and Brendan close to her. He looked at her for a few seconds before he said, I put him in a nice grave. Here are some things he was carrying in his pockets I thought you might want. A pocket knife, some matches, and a watch. I didn't figure you'd want his gun and holster, so I left it with his saddle. She made no response, so he placed them on the side table. We were heading home for supper when he took that fall. Don't reckon you threw the food out, did you? When there was still no response from her, he said, I'll just go take a look in the kitchen to see if you started anything. The living have to go on eating. He went into the kitchen and found that she had anticipated their arrival for supper, and there were some beans and potatoes warming on the edge of the stove. There were biscuits in the oven that were on the verge of burning up, so he pulled them out. The coffee pot was sitting on the table, so he looked in it and found there was water and coffee in it, ready to be put on the stove. So he put it on to boil. No meat, he said, but enough other stuff to get by on. He dished up a plate and sat down at the table to eat. Shortly after the coffee pot started bubbling, she came into the kitchen, her two youngsters, Angus and Brendan, in tow.
Where did you bury Conan?
She asked. Put him in a nice spot back of the barn, he answered. Were you going to cook some kind of meat for supper? She ignored his question.
My sons and I are going to say goodbye to their daddy,
she said, and started crying again. I know things are looking kinda bad right now, he told her, as he put some molasses on a biscuit. But you ain't necessarily at the end of the road. You ain't a bad-looking woman, and I might need a woman myself. I'm going to be moving the cattle a ways north tomorrow or the next day. You can go with me. His suggestion stopped her cold, and she couldn't speak for several long seconds, scarcely able to believe this was happening.